The overreact guy here. I don't know if it has reached your feed, especially if you're a Honkai Starbucks player. But essentially what happened last night, to those of you who are in the know, is that your streamer, right? Yours, if this is the first time my channel appeared on your video, I was this guy. Headphone warnings in 3, 2. That is basically the topic that we're gonna talk about today real quick, right? So addressing my reaction, right? So this is the title of this video, addressing my reaction. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because collectively speaking, I think this has garnered quite a decent chunk of traction, right? Traffic. We have roughly 309,000 views on Twitter, right? We have roughly, I believe this is 250,000, almost 300,000 views on TikTok, if I can say so myself. Let me just take a look here. Yeah, 250,000 views on TikTok. We do have roughly around almost close to 100,000 views on YouTube Shorts. We are also currently sort of low-key, high-key talked about in Bilibili, right? They call me the monkey sound guy, right? Yuan Shen Bu Duan, right? This is almost a 100,000 views on Bilibili. Okay, so essentially what I'm trying to say is my reaction has been quite spread out in the past 24 hours, and there is a meaning as to why I want to talk about this. So out of all these reactions, right, we do have a little bit of a sentiment, right? We have a little bit of the sentiment where I was overreacting, right? I was overreacting. Really good acting, right? Is this the same reaction? Most real reaction. Porn has better acting than this. Liz obviously paid Hoyo Shield. Bro screaming like a slut getting railed by the Holy Sword but never watched any of the fake anime classic. Oh, I was there coming. Acting, bro, stop with this. Cringe AF. Why does it look so fake? All that kind of stuff. And this is just from a single Twitter post, right? This is just from a single Twitter post. And also, we are, once again talking about in the gacha police community, Mr. Dookie's reaction to HSR versus Taekwo's reaction to a toast falling over. Right? So, essentially, this was going around as well. Alright, this is going around. Okay, this has nothing to do with Taekwo again, right? This is just like there are a couple of sentiments going around regarding my reaction to this specific shit, right? So, doesn't really matter, but you can just take a look at like sort of the comments, right? It's like KMS. Oh, I see Kradagyat, right? KMS, a lot of KMSs, very, very cringe, very, very out there. We do have though. We do have so not too bad, right? Yep, KMS, it's like a mixture of like KMS and So I would say, to say that there are some displeasures regarding this reaction is quite a bit of an understatement.
No way it's gonna happen. Chat. It's gonna happen. Oh my god! Holy shit! It happened!
Yeah, so like it's been going around. All right, it's been going around. We do have basically people weren't not everyone. Some people just weren't too happy with my reaction because it was an overreaction, it was an exaggeration, it was cringe, all that kind of stuff. All right, same thing. Since we can take a look at the TikTok, I think TikTok it was actually ironically or unironically TikTok was kind of funny. Right, TikTok comments, they were kind of funny, and I'm glad he's not overreacting, right? No Astolfo, and for free, how many times they're getting pushing 50, by the way. Okay, we have a little bit of okay, you know what? Hey, TikTok is like, it's just basically filled with like this kind of like kids and teenagers, so it is what it is. Bro reacted like he knows anything about her. Saber is the most like blah blah blah. Bro just unintentionally made an advertisement. This is truly Honkai. I show speed of HSR. As someone who don't even know fake existed before, I'm now infected with hype. He got overwhelmed with emotion and started having courage to call it. Okay, but essentially you can take a look at we have a very big mixed bag of like their reactions to my reaction, right? Their reactions to my reaction. CN also has a lot of stuff, and they'll compare. You guys can just take it yourself. But here's my point. Right? Here's my point. I don't watch Fate. I've never watched Fate. I have no idea who the hell is Saber. I have no idea who the hell is Archer. I've never watched a single episode of Fate in my entire life. There is no up for debate. I'm not pretending that I know what the hell is going on. I'm not pretending to say like, oh my god, I've been a fan of Saber for like 10 years and she's finally coming to HSR. I'm not pretending to say that, oh my god, I love my boy Archer. I don't even know them, right? But the reason why my reaction was such a, a huge overreaction, right? Why my reaction was so huge was because, right, a little bit of a context. This happened when we were watching the HSR concert, which towards the end, right, after you have been watching this for the past 2 hours, towards the end, they started slamming bangers after bangers after bangers, right? They slap it off with the pom pom announcement. Wildfire starts playing Inter Astral Journey, which is one of the first ever songs we've ever heard in HSR. And then they started showing the 2nd anniversary song, and then they have taken the journey, showing us like the progression from 1.0 all the way to 3.0. And then after everything that happened, I think it's pretty fair to say that me as well as my community, the chat that were there, we were all like so happy and excited for this concert. I think this was a very nice ending, and at this point we sort of thought that Take the Journey was gonna be the end, right? We thought that this was the wrap, right? Thank you so much for coming, and then we're gonna close it off, and then it legit came out from nowhere. In the middle of what everyone, myself, my chat, people that were watching me, at that very moment when we thought that the concert was coming to an end, they just suddenly dropped the Fate Stay Night collaborations animation for Saber. It literally came out from nowhere. The full-on animation for Saber, Excalibur, and I'ma keep it about, even if I don't watch Fate, even I know what's Excalibur. This was basically like, everyone was like, holy shit. It literally came out from such a random ass play. I was in complete shock, bewilderment, excitement, hype, everything all in that one single moment. There was no underreacting or overreacting. Those were my, okay, this looks a little bit fucking mongoose, right? But those were my raw and genuine impressions, because it literally was so sudden, and it was a piece of news that a lot of Honkai Starbucks players have been looking forward to ever since they announced it. And out of every single live stream that they decided to talk about, it is in a random ass concert out of nowhere, right? So that is also why, the reason why I was like so goddamn overreacting. And then they followed up again with another announcement of a brand new Honkai game that was coming out. It was like, all these news, they are pretty big news. Even if I don't watch Fate, and I have not watched a single episode of Fate in my entire life, I think they were very big news to a game that I thoroughly enjoy and play for the past 2 years, related to Honkai Starbucks. And at this point, potentially you have a brand new Honkai game that's gonna be coming out, right? I understand that if you guys have never watched my channel, if you guys have like, that was the first time that clip ever made it to your watch read, you might think, oh my god, this guy is like corn acting. This guy is like just exaggerating just for the sake of content. He's trying to farm clips and all that kind of stuff, which to a certain extent is true, right? My reactions, they are pretty over the top, but I just want to say, right? I just want to say, this was my reaction to rolling a relic. Volume warning. Volume warning, right? Holy shit! Oh my god, bro! Yep. Oh, I'm fucking trembling, bro! That was my reaction to rolling a relic. This is just one example, by the way. If you don't want to talk about Honkai Star Rail, I also have another example where I played this hit game called Epic 7. Oh, wait, Cinema's music, by the way. This is such a great. Studio get. Yep. So that was also another overreaction. And I sort of just want to come to this point over here. If my overreaction bothers you, right? If my reaction to the games that I play, because if you guys have been watching my stream for the past 2 years, you shouldn't be unfamiliar with this. To say that I'm doing this because I pretended, right? I pretend that I knew everything about Fate. I don't really think that's true. It was nothing to do with Fate, but it's more so to do with the fact that it was a pretty hype piece of news. And last time I checked, when did we start gatekeeping reactions. You know what I'm saying? So this is one of the examples, right? Tagtone basically just went all out, right? He legit went all out when he was putting Kafka to his, and I felt that this was like super fucking good. This was such a monumental clip that cemented in the age of humanity in Honkai Star Rail, right? It is such a good clip. Was it an overreaction? Was it an underreaction? I don't think anybody gives a shit, right? Because it was a good ass fucking reaction because it was complete free to play. And finally, when he decided to pull Kafka, he was going in, bruh. He was going in. I don't even know if I can show the rest, but he basically got it, right? He basically got Kafka. Everybody loved it. I loved it. It was such an insane, visceral, real moment of a free-to-play getting what they wanted in a gacha game that they enjoyed back in those days, right? People that want to say it's an overreaction or an underreaction, sure, right? Me personally, I thought this was hella fucking funny. And if anyone disagrees, go fuck yourself. I think this reaction was so good. It was so great. So I'm just sort of wondering, right? When do we have to get to this point where even a reaction, right? A reaction to, you know, a pretty hype piece of news that's happening in a content that we're enjoying, even that is getting to the point where this guy is just, you know, he's pretending, you know, he's faking it, he's overreacting, he's content. Because I understand if it was like, for example, right? For example, I'm not even gonna lie, like those dev live streams, right? Those dev live streams, when it comes to those you know, brand new characters coming out, you know, they release like 3B's Kid, or they're talking about those and all that kind of stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, insane, oh my god, or like all of those guys, like this kind of stuff, I understand, right? Those are literally corn acting, but just to sort of understand this entire context was that it really just came out from nowhere. Nobody could have saw this coming, and those were not, you know, you couldn't under or predict, or like, I didn't know, nobody knew that in the future they were gonna slam this collab news all of a sudden in the middle of us watching what could have possibly been one of the best endings towards this entire concert, right? It literally just came out from nowhere. So those were my genuine emotions, my genuine feelings. And if you guys do watch like my streams and everything, right, imagine what I would react to if I actually watched Fate Stay Night, if I actually watched the UB dubs, if I actually know what exactly goes behind the lore of like Saber as well as Archer, bro, I think I'll come over my stream, because I'm already reacting to these kind of stuffs. Oh my god, even when I'm like rolling for relics, even when I'm like playing Epic 7, right? Me personally, when I stream my games, I do let go pretty frequently, right? I do shout. And I would say that, for example, right, I've heard a couple of people in my community, bro, they literally got scolded by their family members because I screamed into the mic so goddamn loud. Bro, I think it was a shivery. Like, his dad scolded him. He's like, oh my god, shut the fuck up. Like, it was so loud. Like, people could literally they were physically disturbed by like how loud I was. Bro, okay, for that, I fully apologize, right? I fully apologize, you know, if you got scolded by your parents, if you got scolded by your neighbors, right? If you got scolded by your lover, because I was so loud that it broke the peace and tranquility in your real life. That's 100% my fault, right? That's 100% my fault. But I don't think I'm gonna be apologizing for what's allegedly the overreaction to, in my opinion, a pretty, very, very hype piece of news that's happening to Honkai Star Rail, even if I did not watch Fate whatsoever. Which finally brings me to this point, right? This entire video has just been a leading up to this specific point right here. I will be watching all 3 of the Fate series from Zero, followed by UB dubs, followed by Heaven's Feel, right? Yep. This entire video is just me leading up to this current moment. I will be watching every single episode. No sub goals, no incentive, nothing. I will be watching every single episode starting tomorrow. As of this day of recording, right, this is gonna be the 4th of May. There's no one day, there's no next time, there's no, starting tomorrow, the 5th of May 2025, I will always end off the stream and we are gonna watch a couple of episodes of Fate every single day, every single stream. We are gonna do this all the way until I finish every single episode from these 3 series up until the Fate collab is going to be happening. Now, unfortunately, I would have to say you will never be able to find this from any of my videos. They will not exist. They will not exist on YouTube. They will not exist on Twitch. it might exist on my exclusive coffee, right? A shout out to Tectone for coming with the idea, right? Where he uploads his anime reaction to Patreon. I might consider posting those things onto my personal coffee. So actually, I don't even think we have a coffee emote, right? Essentially, it's basically a Patreon, but it's cuter, right? It's cuter for like, you know, all these kind of like cutesy parts. So that's pretty much it. And yeah, with that, we have come to the end of this video addressing my reaction, right? I really hope that this is not to like start drama or like war or instigation. I really don't hope that, because I just think it is a little bit silly. I think it's a little bit silly that we as a, you know, as a community, we are trying to like, you know, gatekeep or like saying that you're pretending to feel this way just because I didn't watch a Fate series. I think it is a little bit silly, and I think that we can become better, right? We can become better than that. So word of the day is gonna be 5th of May. Join Twitch, join YouTube, join Discord, join Twitter, all the best. I got to see you guys time. Take care.